Force. All of the Force you ever need right here on our show.
Hello, welcome back to Force February. I'm Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Jason Oliver.
I'm Chuck Moore.
Force February.
Force!
February.
February!
Force.
Film!
We didn't
Seizure?
script that, folks. We didn't script any of that.
Nope.
That was good.
That was good. That was perfect. That was just like what movie we watched this week.
Cut. Oh, pull
Oh.
back. Oh, we're a studio inside a studio.
Yeah. Chuck, what did we watch?
We watched Invasion Force.
And it's the greatest movie you've ever
It's the
seen.
greatest movie I have ever seen in my life.
It's true. It is true. Jason, how did you feel about it?
It was fine.
No, don't be normal. You. What did you think of this movie?
I know. Here's the thing. It's a shitty movie.
It is. It's bad.
But it's kind of like a fun concept that's executed poorly. so it's frustrating. It's boring at times, and you're just kind of like waiting for it to get to the next thing. And most of the stuff we kind of guessed, even if we weren't 100% sure. So that also kind of made it feel like a little less exciting. Although it is kind of fun to have the things you think are going to happen. Just taking a shot of vodka straight from the bottle.
Like two of the ridiculous things I guessed would happen in this movie
Actually happened. Yeah.
Actually happened.
Yeah.
So, well, real quick, this movie does have one of the best openings that we've seen in a long, long time for a film Seizure
I mean,
episode.
best in quotations.
No, it's silly.
It's very silly.
But
it felt like the Rambo scene from UHF.
Yes, but also,
Yeah.
like this movie started, and I'm like,
But I don't know if it was intentional, but maybe it was, sort of. You know, that's the problem with this movie, is it's so cheap and so poorly made that the stuff that it's intentionally trying to be bad at, you can't tell.
well,
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I guess, but like, what I mean is, we press play, and the movie started happening to our faces.
Yeah,
and
which-
it's like,
I appreciate that. Just drop me right into the action.
yeah, and it's like, this is Force February right here. We have Action Man with sometimes 2 machine guns, sometimes only 1.
Yep.
Grenades that he produces from God knows where.
Poop grenades. Probably. Just shits them out.
Explosive poop grenades.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we have bad guy who has tied up Hero Man's girlfriend like a fucking video game. Like
Yeah.
this starts off like an
Contra.
NES game.
It was like
Yeah.
Contra or something.
And she's wearing
The main good guy does kind of look like someone out of Contra.
Yeah,
too.
right.
He's got the long bandana and,
Yeah.
and the tied muscle scarves, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck they are. Muscle
scarves.
What do they call them?
Muscle
scarves.
We got to start selling muscle scarves.
He's like the fucking Ultimate Warrior with all of the shit tied to him.
yeah. So then, but she's wearing a leopard print bikini top and leopard print torn up mini skirt, and it's like, why is this happening to us? Why is this happening? Why is she what?
What's funny here, and I don't want to say the acting is ever good in this movie.
No.
But in this first
great,
part,
though.
it's especially bad.
Yes.
And we're like, oh no. You know, it looks overdubbed. I'm pretty sure all of it's overdubbed. I don't even know if they used 2 of the people's real voices in that beginning. But we're like, oh, we're fucking in for it.
Yeah.
Now, we are in for it if this whole movie is like this. But also, hey, we're in for it if this whole movie is like this.
Exactly.
So a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense happens in this action sequence, and it turns out that it's the classic. Oh, we gotcha.
Whoa, no, I was gonna say he starts throwing the grenades because he's coming in and he just shows up.
He comes in hot.
Yeah, he just shows up into this village and he's gunning people away. Like you didn't see him sneak into because he's standing out like right
He's
out in
just
the middle.
standing there.
Yeah,
There's people like 5 feet away from him.
and he's
staring
got
at him.
2 machine guns now. He didn't have 2 before, and he's like burp, 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 blowing people away. Then he's pulling out his poop grenades, tossing them at the huts. He doesn't know which one his girlfriend's in.
No, he's just blowing up every hut.
Yes.
He doesn't care.
So then he apparently has a thing that bad guy wants.
It's a diamond.
He has a diamond.
That's right. It was a diamond.
Yeah.
Because diamonds. That's what bad guys want, right?
Right.
He's got this gigantic diamond. And the guy's like, he's holding the girlfriend. And he's like, give me the diamond and I'll let her go. And he's like, yeah, you let her go first. Then I'll throw you the diamond. The guy's like, no, I don't trust you. And he's like, hey.
You can trust me.
And he's like, okay. So the girl runs over to him. He tosses him the diamond. And of course, we know what's going to happen.
The bag.
And it's like, that's a fucking grenade.
Yeah.
And it was. And the guy explodes. So in the first 5 minutes of this movie, we have chunks of person
Yeah.
in the air.
Yeah.
That, to me, is the perfect Force movie opening.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like watching people blow up.
Yeah, and then what happened, Jason? What were you going to tell us earlier?
And then it's the classic, the camera pulls back, reverse shot. Oh, you're on a movie set. The director yells cut, and what you've just seen was the movie. And it's fucking stupid. because no, this whole complex action sequence
From different angles.
that was
Different perspectives.
That was from different perspectives. That was very deliberately cut together for the audience, us, to watch. Was all supposedly one shot because the actress stepped on the main actor's toe and ruined the whole thing, and they have to set it up and shoot it again. Fucking stupid.
Fucking
I hate
drama,
it.
man.
I hate that.
There's some real drama on that set.
Yeah, don't worry. She's not really an actress. And I'm not meaning that in the sense of the movie. I'm meaning that in the sense of real life.
But it's like, gotcha. You just watched the making of a movie. No, you didn't.
But then we get to see a slice of life in Hollywood.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. They pulled back the curtains.
curtains.
Showed me how blood bags work and explosives,
squibs,
and everything I never knew about Hollywood was shown to me over the next 5 minutes.
And then we made a movie.
Yes, we know how to make a movie now.
What is it that the character Chuck says several times? You point at it and I'll blow it up.
Everybody.
I liked him. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who looked like
Meatloaf.
Like a meatloaf that's been sitting outside for too long.
Okay.
Isn't that what Meatloaf looks like?
Yeah. No, Meatloaf, the man,
Yeah.
looks like a normal, well-prepared meatloaf. This meatloaf looked like he didn't get well prepared.
I have to contest that.
I agree.
Meatloaf looks like a fat Hessian. Like, is that how you say that word?
Hessian?
Haitian, not Haitian. No, like a Hesher. A Hesher.
A Hesher.
What is
Like a heavy metal dude?
Yeah.
A Hesher? Like
Yeah.
with long hair? And
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a fat Hesher.
A fat Hesher?
Not a well-prepared meatloaf.
I'm
Not a
happy.
Haitian.
I
I
happen to
messed
be
that up.
quite good friends with
think-
Mr. Loaf.
I think that Chuck from Invasion Force looked a little more put together than Meatloaf.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he's got fucking shit stains on his shirt.
And so does Meatloaf.
Well,
No, he
when
doesn't.
Main characters
Yes, he
throwing
does.
around poop grenades, everyone's got shit stains on their shirt.
I don't know.
Okay, I digress.
He also kind of looked like Francis.
Oh, yeah, a little bit
What's that guy's? Something Cotton.
Francis from Pee-wee?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, so we learned how to make a movie. Australian producer man shows up and he wants to have sex with his girlfriend, which is
Roy, let's get it real quick in the back like. He never said that.
no, but it would have been great if he had.
Yeah.
So he, the girl, the actress, quote unquote, actress, is the producer's girlfriend. Everybody feels like she's there because he's giving her the business.
Yeah.
He's giving her the Weinstein.
She slept
The
her
old
way to the top.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
To the top of whatever this production company is.
AIP. The
AIP.
people who released the movie, they name dropped him.
Yeah.
He did.
It's their own production.
AIP
company.
is like trying to figure out, it's like, wait a minute, how do we pay ourselves for that advertisement?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so so he
It's a tax write-off.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he like she doesn't want to have sex with him. Apparently she just kind of like, hey, thanks for the role in the movie, bye, and like is like not wanting anything to do with him now. I get it. This guy's kind of a creep, you know.
He's a scumbag. I don't know what that was.
A scumbag.
He's a ball
scumbag?
bagger. He's a ball bagger.
A ball bagger.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
said that. I don't know what that means.
I've never heard
I
that.
don't know either, but I like it.
I mean, I can assume.
They called when that guy shows up. What does the guy say backwards?
Fuck you.
D.
Or the.
How do you say it though?
fucked up. It was pew to peekaboo. It was fucked up backwards.
I like that guy though.
Yeah, he was the guy we wish was Sid Haig.
Yes.
The whole movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Sid-
eagle eye.
Let's talk about the production of this movie, because if you can't get Sid Haig for your movie, the person who's been in every independent movie from Spider Baby until the day he died, that's like 50 years, you can't get him,
That's what I'm
then
saying.
you have no money.
This movie feels like a regional production. It feels like somebody had a little bit of money, a producer in a small town, and he was able to get what's his fucking face, the villain,
Richard
Bad
Lynch.
Richard
Rutger
Lynch.
Hauer.
Yeah.
and the director who's sort of
Klaus Kinski.
who's sort of made a couple things, and but cast all of his friends and family. Like that's what
Man.
it feels like.
It's what it feels like. The thing is,
And they
though,
all
I'm
have
pretty
they
sure
all
that's
have
not
southern,
what
they
happened.
all have southern accents.
Yeah, they do.
So they
There's
all
probably there was once upon a time you could go to like North Carolina or something, and it was super cheap to make movies or something.
so maybe it was just all locally.
It was
cast.
just all locally
It was
cast.
all locally cast.
And because David Winters, who produced and co-wrote this movie, he made some of the best bad movies of all time. He made Space Mutiny,
Oh man, that's fun.
Big McLarge.
I mean, that's
Yep.
fun.
and
But-
then
but I don't
he
know-
also made.
I've never seen Space Mutiny without
You
the,
hadn't
the
you've never seen-
MST3K.
That used to be on TV so much without the MST3K.
I don't think I could watch it without the MST3K.
Now I don't think you could. If you had watched it prior to seeing it, you would have liked it.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm a little pootica.
Pew poo poo. Anyway, so yeah,
The director. What else has he made?
the director. Okay, so this was done by the guy who made Deadly Prey. So this David A. Pryor is his name. He made that. He made Killer Workout. He made a bunch of he just was cranking out movies in the 80s. I think he made a movie called Mission Kill, which I think is also the Lynch dude. Because it looks like Rutger Hauer on the cover of the box. So I'm pretty sure, and I think that was with David Winters also. So, yeah, so
It's a what we have here
there's a
It's-
failure to communicate a story.
is a low rent, cheap knockoff on the surface anyway of Invasion USA, which we talked about quite a bit last week.
Yeah, because, okay.
And if you want to get with the even a more mainstream sort of knockoff would be Red Dawn.
I guess.
Just a little bit.
So,
But it's mostly Invasion USA.
okay, let's read the box here.
Yes.
Invasion Force.
Hey, don't forget to read Chuck's favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah, starring Richard Lynch. Quotations in parentheses. Invasion USA, Bad Dreams. Invasion USA.
Right.
Mentioned.
Because he's not only the bad guy in this, he's the bad guy in Invasion USA.
Yes.
Like it's the same bad guy.
Under the cover of peace, in the darkness of night, a silent terror reigns. Invasion USA! All
Yeah,
caps.
why does it say Invasion USA there if it's not? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. And I'm going to save your favorite part at the top here. I'm just going to read through here.
Okay.
So say it because you know that movie.
Yeah.
And you want to see another movie like that movie.
Okay.
So give us your money.
But it looks like they're talking about Invasion Force and they accidentally call it.
Invasion USA. What did
Yeah.
that say?
Yeah, right? That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
What's that pull quote?
That's what I just read.
Oh, yeah.
So then dropping from the night sky like a rain of death, hundreds of terrorist
Read
paratroopers
11.
Yeah.
yeah, invade America. Also, drop.
Hundreds minus 190 or 89. Yeah.
Also, dropping from the night sky, all we ever see them do is gather up their little parachutes
Yeah,
and
they
hide.
parachute, but we don't.
We don't ever see them drop. That is like, how cheap can we get already deployed parachutes?
Well, that was the next day we predicted was Chuck was like, I want to see them just like parachute in, just like Red Dawn, and then they fucking did. They parachuted into a forest of all things.
Yeah.
Which
But
is the
no,
most.
it was just a
which is
little
the
landing.
Well, there
it was a
were
landing
There were
in a
trees
park.
all around. It was like
Right.
the most dangerous place to parachute
Right.
in. But of course, you don't see their parachutes deployed. They're just picking them up off the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
And then hiding behind trees with their parachutes.
The trees they most likely would have gotten fucking caught in.
Right. Yeah. So
One
landing.
actor's still up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like, somebody please get me down.
Guys.
It's been 30 years.
Guys, I'm still up here. Guys.
It's like, well, I wonder why our lead actor didn't show up for this movie.
The last shot, it kind of slowly, zooms out to above the tree line into the night sky as the credits start to roll, and then you hear, guys, I'm still here, guys.
Don't leave me here. Ben Adams.
So landing in the remote countryside, not true. Surrounding a major city, not true.
1,200 people.
1,200.
It was 12,000.
12,000.
But that's still not a major city.
That's not even considered a city.
That's that, right.
I don't even know if that's considered a town. It's like a burg or something.
It's a municipal. Or
Yeah, a municipality. Yeah. So the terrorist camp is they are terrorists, sort of.
Sure.
Is accidentally discovered by a location movie crew from Hollywood. Hollywood, maybe not, but movie crew, yes.
Yes. True.
Yes.
True. First true thing they've said.
Yes. Armed only with quote unquote prop guns and guts.
Yeah.
The actors and film crew wage a desperate battle against very real bullets, bombs, and high-tech ballistics. They had a bazooka. They did have a fucking bazooka.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did use that bazooka.
They did.
A couple times.
Blew one guy the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad editing this movie, man.
oh God, it was terrible editing.
America's only chance to thwart the terrorist attack lies with the movie crew's ability to use illusion and blanks to stage a counterattack. David Shark from Soul Taker. Oh God, Soul Taker. Have you guys seen Soul Taker? That's another MST3K.
Which guy's David Shark? Is it the
He
guy
was-
in the front?
Yeah,
That guy's a
yeah.
badass.
Renee Klein, Future Zone, lead the Hollywood Defense Forces against the violent invasion by Richard Lynch, Invasion USA, and his terrorists. Now, Chuck's favorite part of the back of the box says, one terrorist invasion can ruin your whole day.
Just that one day.
Just that one day. Just that one day is
It's
fucked.
not like a terrorist invasion changes your entire life.
I like.
Yeah.
Where I have to take my shoes off in the goddamn airport.
Oh, yeah,
forever.
yeah. I mean,
It's my one day.
it basically equates a terrorist equation to like getting a flat tire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, now,
I was on the side of that road for 9 hours. It ruined my whole
My
day.
entire day. This fucking flat tire.
little did they know what would happen 11 years later.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody is still saying taking a moment of silence for the movie crew
No.
people.
No.
Nobody really.
But that was the hope. That was the whole terrorist organization's plot.
So let's talk about the plot.
was to create a public outcry.
Yes. So yeah, most of what I just read is bullshit,
Yeah.
but some of it is very palpable bullshit. Like I could taste it when I was reading it.
Yeah.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah.
So
Poop grenades for your mouth.
right. So yeah, I mean, like, okay, a lot of this stuff, like, dropping from the night sky like a rain of death. They only killed one guy.
Yeah.
2 guys.
Yeah. They were.
And actually, they didn't kill anybody. Now that I think about it,
Did they kill?
they didn't kill any. They did not kill anybody.
Who didn't kill? The movie crew or the terrorists?
The terrorists.
The terrorists killed one person.
The one guy.
They killed the Australian.
guy. Unless
They killed the
you're talking
Australian.
About later.
I'm talking about the end of the
Oh
movie.
God, yeah, I guess
They
you're right.
killed that one guy.
Oh yeah, and they killed the Australian guy, and they killed the guy in the with the bazooka.
Don't talk about the end yet. God, ruin it for everybody.
But right, nobody died in this movie.
Nobody.
So okay, so then like, all right, so they're not a rain of death. We didn't see them parachute in. Paratroopers, these fucking idiots shoot worse than stormtroopers. They can't land. I mean, if they were parachuting out of something, they all died. They all got like, I don't know, arrowed by bird beaks
But that
by
one
accident.
guy, but that one guy was really good with the bazooka.
That one guy, well, I feel like I could be pretty good with bazooka. Point it in the general direction of what I want to blow up.
Guys shot bazookas though.
Yeah, there was
the looking guy blew up the
Hitler,
truck.
the
Yeah.
Hitler man.
and
Yeah.
then the Jose Cuervo.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he did.
Yeah.
He didn't hit anything.
He didn't hit any,
He blew
but
up where they were sitting.
Yeah.
so they flushed him out.
Right.
He flushed him
So
out.
sorry.
No. So
Jose Cuervo, man.
yeah,
He is my favorite. I really do want tequila labels with him on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
bet we could probably.
I bet we could make
sort
this.
that
Yeah.
out. So yeah, I mean, okay.
Should be called bad guy / terrorist tequila
Yeah.
Terrorist tequila. I like.
No, bad guy / soldier.
/ soldier. Bad
Yeah.
guy / soldier tequila.
So, yeah. So I mean, like,
Ooh, the top of it could be a parachute. Sorry.
yeah,
It would have to already be deployed though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
mean,
It's
yeah.
in the bottle.
yeah, it's just a floppy
Right.
parachute,
Yeah. It like hangs over the side of the bottle or something. Yeah.
and there's a little guy in there. Yeah, a little guy inside. And
Oh,
just
he's the
floppy-
stopper. Yeah.
Or he's the worm, but it's just a little.
It's just a little guy. His little gummy guy.
Yeah.
a little gummy parachute. People have no idea what we're talking about because
Nope.
they're never going to watch this movie. We did because that's what we do.
But you can find us on Amazon Prime. So
yeah,
knock
it's there.
yourselves out.
Knock yourselves out. And then
Or this movie will do it for you.
I was going to say then probably
One way or the other, you're
Yep.
toast.
yeah, you're fucked either way. So, all right. So, a lot of this movie, like I always said, that every establishing shot lingered just too long
Yeah.
because this movie is exactly 80 minutes. That means they had about 60 minutes of movie, and they're like, "Fuck."
That's what drives me crazy about this movie.
Yeah, because there is that scene after we had that kick-ass opening where we saw a guy explode. We gotta live.
Like, I
with
get
these
it.
people.
It's like, I get it. Let's go. Let's get to I get it. I get it.
Well,
I
then
mean,
the 7-minute scene of the people just drinking Bush around a big
Yeah.
Bush thing just goes on
Yeah.
forever. No,
Right,
nothing
there's-
is determined.
There's the guy telling us the joke. Does anybody remember the joke?
I remember the joke.
I remember the joke.
the blowjob joke. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember it.
he's got 12 shots of whiskey, I think,
Yeah.
to celebrate his first blowjob. And the guy says,
bartender says-
the bartender says, I'll give you the 13th for free. And he's,
It's something along the lines
He's
of,
like,
well,
12
I'm
is
pretty
enough
sure.
to get the taste
yeah.
of-
taste out of my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's it. That's
There it
it.
is.
Bingo. Everybody thought that was funny.
Everybody laughed.
Everybody, yeah. Roll on snare. Funny joke. So anyway, Jason just farted.
Yes.
that's funnier than this movie,
Yes.
and I didn't laugh. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
at your fart.
Yeah. Usually I get a better reaction
Yeah.
than
So, this movie gets kind of a little bit slow until it gets to the next thing. The acting is bad.
that. Yep.
But that's kind of charming to a certain regard. I think if this movie had a little bit more to do, it probably would have made this movie more fun because of the bad acting. Because, like, no lines are really said with any kind of ability.
Except for Bad Rucker Hauer, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, Richard Lynch is great in this. Because he's a professional, man. He shows up.
There's a few.
Where you need a bad guy, I'll be there.
There's a few moments of plotting that work for me though. Like, yes, I'm gonna actually compliment this movie. I hate it in movies when somebody witnesses something and nobody fucking believes them, and you go through an entire act of the movie of this person trying to convince everybody else that this thing is happening.
Right, it's a waste of time.
And the
Right.
audience, you know it happened, right? So it's just fucking frustrating.
Right.
I
Yeah,
hate
at
that
least
movies.
have one person who knows something to agree with the person that.
Right.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy in movies. And this movie doesn't do that.
No, it really doesn't.
She tells the crew and the director what's happening, and they're skeptical, and they should be.
But then she's like, "Yeah, but that guy's dead."
Right.
And then so the director's like, "Okay."
And the director realizes this is a rational person saying words to him, you know, and not.
Well, maybe words.
But she didn't just turn into overnight like a crazy person.
No.
He believes her.
Right.
I wish that more movies just did that.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree 100%.
So I give it kudos. Thank you for not belaboring that for 20 minutes.
Because they could have filled that 20 minutes they needed with that stuff if they had wanted
Yeah.
to.
yeah, and had
Like
more of the crew
actors
get
getting
picked
picked
off.
off. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, like make it a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah. So then one guy is like, "All right, I'm going to go. You go to the police, see if the sheriff knows if there's any."
Yeah, they put
shenanigans
together
going
a
on."
decent plan.
Yeah. You guys go. We got one gun that the girl took off of one of the terrorists when she escaped from him. We got one gun. We've got a box of bullets. We got something.
Yeah, for
you
target
go.
practice.
Yeah, you go and unplug the prop guns, and we can load the bullets in there, and that will be live now. Perfect. Great. We got 3 guns. We got a guy with a truck who's going to go talk to the police. That guy in the truck gets fucking bazookaed.
Yes.
And that's pretty awesome.
He goes down there. He's like, "There's some kind of roadblock," and the guy's like,
What kind of roadblock?
And you and I both at the
a
same time are like,
roadblock.
"Some kind."
But
Some
then,
kind.
but then when he gets bazookaed,
Oh, this killed
Jason,
me.
go
I
for it.
had to see it again. The bazooka, the bazooka hits the front of this truck. Like whatever the projectile is that they shoot at this truck, it clearly hits the grill of this
Yeah.
truck. But then the inside of the truck explodes, and they show the front of the truck completely intact.
Yeah, it could have been like a Ford commercial or something.
It's like-
they pan over to. It's like Ford indestructible.
But it wasn't. It still blew
No,
the
I
fucking
know,
truck
I know.
up. But this is a pointed case of just unbelievably bad editing, right? You could have made that look good.
You could have the truck sideways and have
Yeah.
the thing go in that.
You could have shot the projectile from a different angle,
Yeah.
and then cut away before it impacted and cut to a different angle, and then showed the explosion.
or you just cut out the establishing shot of the front of the truck,
Yes.
and just blow,
Right.
and let people have to figure out to do it frame by frame to see that it's a fuck up.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And that kind of stuff in bad movies is fun, but it's also just like, oh my god, come
Well, yeah,
on!
yeah.
Like the level of ineptitude
Yeah.
is staggering.
But that guy's reaction when he's getting blown up, which Jason and I did earlier, is so good. He's,
Yeah, and it's like that's another one of those things where it's like you got to shave those seconds off.
Right, they make
You
a difference.
Yeah, they make a difference.
that's a
But
real-
they got 80 minutes to fill.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a real problem with this movie that you had brought up that was pissing you off early was tone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody in this film, and it turns out it's actually for kind of a fun reason, I think.
Sure.
Well, I think they fell into it.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But nobody has
knows
a proper reaction to anything.
Right. Everybody's joking, and it's like, sir, the person who writes your checks are dead.
Yeah, but-
I would be especially pissed off about that.
Yeah, they just sit around drinking beer, bullshitting.
Yeah, bullshitting, telling jokes about blowjobs. And old eagle-eyed. What was his name?
Eagle Eye.
Just
That's
Eagle
call
Eye.
him that.
Just Eagle Eye. Yeah, One-Eyed Willie
Yep.
is always talking about stories of stuff that he went to. He likes the women.
Yes, he does.
He has a big old case of the knock
He spent a lot of time in the barracks with the major's wife or whatever.
Whatever it was, yeah. He's telling tall stories about the women he would go pick up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's a lot of like run away, set up a plan, get captured, escape, run away, set up a plan, get captured.
They get snuck up on
so many times. It's the same shot too.
The tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap from a machine gun.
they got us.
Womp, womp,
They make a joke
womp.
about it when the director, after getting shot in the arm, Ben Adams.
Ben Adams.
Sorry, we'll get to that. But he gets shot in the arm, and he makes a joke like, "Yeah, we know the routine." Like,
Yeah, it's
'cause
like
it happens so
tone.
many times already.
Yeah. It's like you people. I mean, like, I feel like, okay, yeah, maybe they were protecting that one exit with a bazooka. but there's got to be other ways out of this little
Right.
picnic park.
No, there was just that one little bridge. Everyone had to go over that.
Okay, I guess.
Everyone did. Everyone that left or came in. pretty much
Tiniest
went over
little.
that
It's like
bridge.
a creek bridge.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about the road.
Oh,
that the
yeah.
bazooka
Oh, I know.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like I'm guessing there's another way you can get
Could
out.
have gone the opposite way, probably.
I'm guessing all of your vehicles can drive over freshly cut grass.
Well, they cast everyone locally, so I'm sure one of those people knows the secret way out.
So I think
one of those hill
Is there
jacks.
a back way out of this here forest?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
movie's totally illogical, but I think the reason they don't leave is because there's always someone from their camp that isn't accounted for. At that
Too
point-
fucking bad. You're
Well,
not
I know.
in the military. You get the fuck out.
we
I'm
would all
sorry,
run,
guys.
right?
I'm sorry, guys. I would give at least some daylight search for you guys. But if it's getting pretty close to sundown and there's like somebody saying there's a fucking army that's come in and they've got real machine guns, the rest of us need to be thinking about like when to stop the search and get the fuck out.
I find it.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that there's no radio or something, and on a remote location movie set, there'd be radio.
Oh, those goofballs making the movies are gonna have radios, listen to their country music, and drink their Budweiser.
But you know what I mean, like a CB, like a radio, like a ham radio, whatever. the
100%. There's going to be some breaker action going
Well,
on.
I'm guessing those walkies they had could tune to other channels.
You would think they'd have
probably.
someone in town in that big major city of 12,000
Well,
The
people.
whole movie, though, come on.
Yeah, that's like cell phones. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do ruin a lot of.
Yes, they do.
That's
That's
why
why
everything's
movies
in
have
the
to be
80s now.
taking place in the past now. Yeah. So,
So Ben Adams.
yeah,
in that
Ben
scene,
Adams.
He. This is where the next major plot point takes place. He gets taken by
Richard Lynch.
Richard Lynch, and this is where we actually find out for the first time, about halfway or more than halfway into the movie, what these terrorists are even doing.
But that part is a lie. That time is a lie because
Right.
he
Well,
says
but
they're
this all
running
transpires,
tests.
like in that 5 minutes. But
He
yeah.
tells them they're running tests, but that's
not true.
But that's not true.
Right, and they think that Ben Adams might be the terrorist because then they say, oh well, there's some insurgents and we don't know if you're spying on us, and so that's when they torture him by punching his wound.
And he keeps yelling his name.
Yeah, it's like, what's your name?
Ben Adams.
Ben Adams!
Ben Adams.
I think he's telling the truth. No man
No
can
man
withstand such pain or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, it's so good.
God.
And
Yeah.
then Jeff's favorite guy, the colonel or whatever, the major.
Oh God, he comes in. It's like, so what's this person all about? he's very effeminate. But yet, like he's decorated out the ass, you know. Like
Yeah.
he has got Banana Republic. Like I'm guessing they probably bought it at the Banana Republic. Like white jacket. He's got the little hat. The
looks like a
general's
Halloween costume,
It
really.
sure does.
Yeah.
He's
it sure does.
he's that guy. I guarantee you.
I said he was the El Presidente of the Halloween Express
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
That guy is like the local theater like director. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Oh, yeah,
right.
probably.
He's so flamboyant,
Yes.
like the way he says things. Like, and I know that's probably just his
that
voice.
dude puts on Shakespeare in the Park for the
Yeah.
people, the 12,000
Oh,
people in the major city.
My guess is,
Yeah.
My guess is you get real tired of him,
Yeah.
real fast.
He would be a funny, like,
Well, you know who he
mob
is.
boss
Yes.
in a farcical.
He's
Yes.
he's
film.
he's the
That's
fucking
what he
he's
reminds me
he's
of.
Christopher Guest from
Waiting for
Waiting
Guffman.
for Guffman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who he is.
Yeah. So,
Waiting for Godot.
so now apparently he is the guy who he's hired Richard Lynch.
He's from some South American country, right?
Right, and he is apparently part of something that Richard Lynch is doing because it's Richard Lynch's guys or guys that he's hired, or it's this guy's.
I got it. It's a joint operation.
You know, I'm sorry, my brain was beginning to melt.
It's a joint operation between these South American guerrilla forces run by that this general is a part of, and this sort of elite commando unit in the U.S.
that is only Richard Lynch.
that is only Richard Lynch and some of his guys.
But what guys? We
I
never
don't know,
see
but he
those
mentions
guys.
it's his people.
We should have.
but they look very South American.
You know what this movie really could have benefited
but-
from? Some CGI extra soldiers.
Yeah.
Like fucking just throw go over to Lucasfilm and just throw in all the clone troopers.
But the
and
idea-
then you got your hundreds of guys.
The
that are
idea
gonna
here
take
is
over.
that the Richard Lynch wants the U.S. government to fund this guerrilla operation to overthrow this other South American tyrant or whatever.
Right.
And they're posing as that South American tyrant,
But we don't
to
know that
to
at
make
this
this
point.
terrorist attack.
around that point. We
We
Well,
eventually this is
get-
eventually explained.
I guess.
I don't-
Well,
let's not belabor this
yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah,
that's the plot.
We don't need this episode to be 80 minutes.
We don't.
Right.
We can make this 60
right.
and call it a day.
Let's just pause for a sun set. That's our filler.
Whoa. All right, so then so what we find out, it's like, okay, yes, so this is all an insidious plot to fund another
Government overthrow.
right.
Yes.
And in order, because Congress ain't giving up the monies,
Right.
Right.
So we need a
they're not
public
investigating
outcry.
the Bidens,
They need a public outcry.
So in
so
order
they
to do
need a
that,
public outcry. Yes,
They want to blow up a bridge on either side of town,
and
so they can occupy the town. Nobody
Right.
can come in or out with the
Right.
military vehicles or whatever.
They didn't really have an exit strategy, did they?
no, I think they were just going to marry and settle down there in that town.
Or they were giving their lives.
They're just gonna
to the
plant their
cause.
flag.
Yeah, I was going to. Whoa, in more ways than one, Mr. Oliver. I really would like to put in the clip from Italian Spider-Man.
Right,
The guy
yeah.
flipping out. Yeah.
It would have played well in this movie.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
And then he gets blown up by a bazooka. So then, so here's the big plan. Here's the big plan by the director.
Well, wait,
He's
he
about
hasn't
to
been
make.
rescued yet.
Okay, yeah, he gets rescued.
What he tells Richard Lynch where the film crew is.
Yes, and so
This
they
is,
go
This
to
is a
invade.
pretty big scene. It's,
Yeah,
it's
they-
kind of fun.
They go to invade, and what's happened is Chuck, the special effects man.
Not this Chuck.
No, the Meatloaf Chuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, tell me what to blow up and blow it up. And so they stage the thing where they take all of the stuff from their movie, the tank, the various machine guns, the various charges that will blow up on command, and they basically make it look like that they are well armed and able to defend themselves.
Which is really funny because Ben Adams had just convinced the other guy that, hey, we're
really just the movie crew.
But these guys totally blow that. because-
Right, independently.
Yeah.
That is true. That is actually kind of smart
Yeah.
and kind of funny.
Yeah.
Independently of Ben Adams trying to save his crew, the crew basically puts themselves right back in the line
Yeah.
of danger.
Yeah.
So they are able to scare the guys off, and then that's when we get the torture scene.
Yeah. it's
Because
right
he's
around there.
he's like, no, we really are just a film crew or whatever. And Generalissimo Halloween Express comes in, and it's like, then how do you explain the defeat? And Richard Lynch is like, I don't know. I don't know. At this point, Richard Lynch should have just killed Generalissimo Halloween Espresso.
Yeah.
And just been
Wow,
done
his
with him.
name just keeps getting longer.
I know, right?
It's Espresso.
Well, you should have heard the last episode where I started calling the guy Professor.
What did you call him?
What was it? Professor Kick him in my crunch berries or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
Quit being a ball bagger. Let's go.
All right. Here we go.
That was more filler for you.
Yeah, more filler. Well, we have to at least try to get to 50 here. We're in danger. So,
But now you got to tell the line, the great line in the
Yes, so-
my favorite line in the movie.
yeah. So at one point, Richard Lynch gets mad, and he says to somebody, to Ben.
Ben. He said it to Ben.
He's like, "You're gonna find your ass up to your eyeballs in deep shit." And somebody
I mean, that
came
makes
up with that
sense.
line. Somebody came up with that line, and they're like, I just fucking nailed it. Like he saved that or typed it out or whatever, went downstairs, picked up a beer, sat on his couch, and his wife was like, honey, how did writing go today? And he's like, fucking killed it. I fucking killed it.
I would guarantee you that line was written by a 13-year-old who never had a movie to put it in. And then when he's older, he's like, I've got one.
I have
Finally use this.
It was the Generalissimo. He's like,
Yeah.
I've got a line.
I've got a line. I never played Shakespeare.
So then so afterwards the Hollywood crew is like, we just fucking leave, man. These guys are gonna kill us.
Our action
hero on
from
the cover
to start talking some sense.
Right, and that is David Shark. David Shark is our action hero, and he's like, yeah, look, these guys have real guns. I'm out.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to come with me, you're smart. Our babe, our girl, Renee Klein, says, no, you gonna help him because he saved he's
our director. He risked our lives.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and she's got that really thick.
She gives a really
like,
rousing speech.
Yeah, that southeastern
like 9
accent.
minutes or so.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, because they're all idiots.
We're with you.
Yeah. So they go.
I don't know about these ball baggers.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
Yep,
That's when
he
that
says
happens.
it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's when he says it, and that's the guy that should be Sid Haig, but
Right.
isn't. So then he goes. So they go to rescue Dave Ben. Shut up, Dave Ben. So they go and save him.
I don't know how that scene happened. Like how they have to take him from a tent, and there's a guy patrolling the tent, but the person that goes to rescue Ben Adams is actually in the tent somehow,
yeah,
and pulls the bad guy into it.
Yeah, and beats him up and then runs off.
He's guarding the tent. How
How did you get in the tent?
Right. So and it's so they camp out for the night, and Ben.
Dave Ben.
Dave Ben.
Yeah.
Dave Ben is
They've
like,
been making some plans.
Nailed it.
wow. So Dave Ben is like, I'm gonna make out with this, this southern drink of water down here, who's like, wants to be my friend because I didn't like her when she first got onto this movie.
She's more like a drink of well water.
Yeah, she's all right.
Okay.
She's all right. I wasn't gonna say no.
Is she 80s, early 90s hot?
She's late 80s, early 90s hot. Yeah, absolutely. So they're about to make out, and then he's like, I've got it. And it's like, we all know what happened. He blew too early. And he's like, I've got it. Guys, listen, here's our plan. So
You'll
then
find out later. This
Right,
is
but-
when you know the plan is stupid.
Right. So it
The
cuts.
film can't even tell you what the
Right.
plan is because
So
you're not going to believe this.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this shit. So we're just going to show you. We're going to show, not tell.
Yeah, and this is another one that I guessed.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
So then so cut next morning. They are all just basically standing around, doop-a-doop-a-doo, because the Richard Lynch and his guys
Have caught up to
to him, shooting at him, and then they start gunning down these people. I'm like, oh no, they're all dying.
This plan sucked.
This place, Dave Ben, you suck. Oh, Dave Ben,
Dave
terrible.
Ben had.
I saw the gears working on that one. I saw the gears working. Dave Ben had. That is fun.
This wasn't scripted for people.
Yeah. Neither was the movie. So then, and so like, okay, so then you start to realize, okay, everybody, Dave Ben and Babe Girl
Are the only
two left. And so she's, and they're like, oh, I thought you'd finally catch up to me, Agent Joni Marshall. And she's like, yeah, I have. And he's like, Dave Ben's like, huh? And I'm like, huh?
And I'm like,
And Jason's like preparing the warm bath and the razor blades. And I'm like, wait, come back. This movie's not quite over yet. You know, wait until the movie's over before you kill
So
yourself.
we find out she's in the CIA, right?
Sure.
Sure. Why the fuck not?
Third act
Yep.
reveal. Now, for all of the show not tell of this plan that we're about to see, they ruin it with that.
Yep.
Yep.
And so,
Plus, we already knew what was going to happen. Kind of.
yeah. So Richard Lynch goes up to he shoots Generalissimo Halloween Espresso Cortez.
Vanilla flavored.
Yeah, exactly. And then he walks up to, he's like, he's seen, I've seen the end of his usefulness or something like that. And he goes up and he's going to shoot Dave Ben right in the fucking face. And he keeps shooting and bang, bang, bang. And he looks at it, bang, bang. He looks at it some more, bang, bang. And it's all blanks.
Yep.
Why?
Shooting blanks.
Why?
Because, Jeff, in the middle of the night, these film
Fucks.
makers walk
Fucks.
into their camp and
Yeah.
switch out all of their bullets with blanks.
It's already been established that this film crew has superior sneaking skills.
Yes.
Because they get into guarded tents with ease.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I guess it's perfect. Makes
They
perfect
move
sense.
like ninjas in the night.
Yes. They could hide really well a lot of
Yep.
the times.
Make no noise.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, the one lady was hiding in a tree once.
Yeah.
But of
Yep.
course, she has got those CIA
She's
skills,
Yeah.
which
CIA.
allow you,
You find out-
which allow you to very deftly jump and hide in trees.
Which is it's kind of funny. I'm surprised nobody made a joke when you said, "How does this lady know all this stuff?" That one of us didn't say she's in CIA.
Right.
Because it's just outlandish enough that it's gonna be true later.
Right,
in this
exactly.
movie.
So then, so Richard Lynch's like, oh, and Dave Ben's like, I've got a little tape recorder of all your big plans.
You've told us. He explains everything.
everything.
It's classic.
because Dave Ben's like,
that's the clip we should have played when you guys were trying to describe the plot of this movie. We should have just played that
Right.
1 minute.
Right.
yeah,
Because I'm just saying,
I know.
if you hadn't figured it out, they tell you explicitly.
You know,
Yes.
Very concise.
You know what that just reminded me of, though?
What's that?
It reminded me of that glorious moment in Raw Force where the main guy from the Burbank Kung Fu Club is talking about what the Warriors Island is
Yes.
from the brochure manual.
Yes.
That's great.
And it is the greatest fucking thing. And it's so good that we cut his dialogue into our episode because
Yep.
nothing describes it better than that.
Right, that's Warriors Island.
That's Warriors Island.
So then everybody gets up that appears to be gunned down, and now Jason and I are like, but wait, he just shot Generalissimo Halloween Espresso Cortez Jr. And it's like, wait a minute. And Jason's like, this is a fuck up.
Yeah,
this movie sucks.
It's a fuck up. That's what you call fuck up.
They've been making mistakes.
They made a mistake. I'll see you on the flip side. And he cut his wrist. And I'm like, oh my God. So then Generalissimo stands up and is like, haha, acting. And it's like, oh no.
But you see, that's the problem there because the movie is so badly made.
We should have seen that scene because it's like, before I escaped, I cut a deal with the general.
Right. I just assumed that they just were making more bad choices,
Right.
not actually putting a twist in, you know?
Right.
Like, it would have been funny in, like, a funny movie if they said, I guess we left one bullet in.
It's like, oh shit. I'm glad that one didn't get for us.
Yeah.
But so then, so yeah, at that point, then like,
But they
Richard, Lynch, he takes off. He runs.
But they also say that they made a deal with the Generalissimo.
Yeah.
Which makes no fucking sense. Like,
I don't know when they
why?
made
I don't know
they
when.
made it. But you gotta mention this too, though. Lynch's reaction in this movie at that point
Is the rest
like,
of
it's
us.
the audience.
Yeah.
He's the
He's like,
audience.
huh? What
And
the
he
fuck?
literally looks around for like 30 seconds, like, wow.
I really wish he'd broken the what is it, the
Fourth
fourth wall. Because
Look at us and go, can you believe this shit?
Yeah.
I'm up to my elbows in assholes and chicklets. Or whatever he said earlier.
Chicklets. Yeah. So then he takes off running. Dave Ben and Babe Girl go after him, and he eventually gets Babe Girl and is holding her with a knife, and we're like,
Right.
"That's a fake knife."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's gonna be
Come
one of
on,
those
guys.
retractable knives. We know it.
We're on to you
we
now.
switched all your real knives out with stage
So
knives.
this is really great.
It's like, hey, all right, hey, don't kill her. I've got your tape. He pulls up the tape, and Richard Lynch's like, give me the tape. It's like, this seems familiar.
This seems familiar. We saw this about 70 minutes ago.
He lets the girl go. He tosses the tape. It's just a little C4. Just a little C4. Just a little C4.
Little dabble,
Just a little C4. And he's like, hit it.
Eagle eye.
Eagle eye. And he's like, all right. And he shoots the C4. And kablamo! Richard Lynch is fucking dust.
And Sid Haig yells, Eagle Eye is back. Yeah. And then
cut, wrap, it's good, check the gate. It's another movie. It's a movie within a movie. The guy who's directing it, it's the Australian guy that was killed first.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it
until
is.
You just said that.
Yep, it was.
So technically speaking,
We watched 2 movies within movies.
we watched 3 takes. This is a larger technical marvel than 1917. This movie is 3 full takes because that entire 70-minute movie we watched was actually 1 take in a movie.
Yep.
That's fucking stupid. I hate it.
Yeah.
He loved it. This is his favorite movie ever made, he told me. He had lost a lot of blood. But he said he loved this movie. He couldn't watch another one.
You guys, I was wrong. I actually love this movie. What have I done?
So we wrapped him up in arm bandanas or whatever
Yep.
you called it earlier.
Yep.
They gave me a tourniquet.
What did he call them?
Arm bandanas?
Arm muscle muscle
Muscle scars.
Muscle scars.
Scars. We wrapped him up in
Muscle scars. They
to stop the
tied
bleeding.
one real tight.
And you're hearing how well our nurse skills happen
Yeah,
to work.
Yes.
You guys are
We
good.
were in the CIA. We've done
You
that.
get
We've
some,
done that shit,
You have
yeah.
some field medical training.
Yes,
Yeah,
a little
a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. There was that one time in Bucharest.
Yeah.
Where, we can't talk about that.
That's redacted. Like this movie probably should have been.
Been redacted, yeah. I stand by this movie. There's a lot of boring part, but when it's fun, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Like we see 2 human beings explode, and I'm pretty sure because we never saw that first person again. And tell me what movie after
we
19
did see him again.
When
We did.
The first person that blew up gets up and walks off the stage.
Well,
Or walks off.
he's not one of the ones that gets up, but he walks into frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He walks behind.
You
him.
see him.
But
We were
I
disappointed.
don't think we saw.
We did not see Richard Lynch again.
Well, yeah. What movie have you
Richard
seen?
Lynch
Richard Lynch
never
since
made another
1990?
movie, yeah.
He got exploded.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still love this picture on the back.
No, I want to talk about the box because the box
That kills me.
and on Prime both advertise a different type
Those
of movie.
guns are longer than his
advertisement.
legs.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Because of course he's
One
Action
of the
Man.
3 movies we actually watched was the movie that this movie sold.
Right, and so also
True.
look at our website. Go to our website. Pull up the image that we have as kind of the banner image for this episode. It is the same image that's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
That's what is being sold. And that's not what this movie is.
What
and
they sell us is the first 6 minutes of the
Yes.
movie only.
But it's kind
in a way, it's
kind
kinda clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I'm not going to say it because Jeff will loop it and use it against me.
What,
but I
you say
agree with
clever?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh, you agree with me that it's the best movie ever? I've already got it. You said it first. I
Don't
can
you
just
fucking Vic Burger me, you motherfucker. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. But yes,
No, I still have to find good use for the naked. Naked poster of.
there's
Chuck Norris.
something cheeky about selling the movie within the movie as the movie.
Yes. Yes.
If this movie actually played that angle more like a farce,
Yes.
and let us in on it a little bit more,
Yeah.
it would have been a lot more fun.
We kept talking
Yes.
about how much fun this could have been if this was like a series of anthology stories. Like they just keep getting cut at awkward moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like you could have all of the same actors playing different types of characters. Like
Yeah.
have one where the girl is the bad guy or something.
I mean,
You know.
a more fun version of this movie is Tropic Thunder. Like
Sure.
it truly is.
In a lot of ways, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. And I wonder if Tropic Thunder got its inspiration. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, probably.
That guy, whoever wrote Tropic Thunder, saw this in the 90s.
He's like, I can do that better.
Did Shane Black write Tropic Thunder?
He might have.
I think
he was
did.
a writer on it at least. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
So
53 minutes. We can wrap
hey,
up now.
We're doing pretty well. Yeah.
We can wrap this up. No, I mean overall, this is not what I thought I was bringing to this when I was looking through the list of Force movies. And I'm like, Invasion Force, look at that fucking box. That looks amazing. It's not what I thought I was doing.
No, they even fooled you, like seasoned movie vets, into thinking this was something it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, initially I bought this to write about on B Movie Enema. I probably should have kept it
Does
there.
it qualify?
It would have been.
yeah.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been
B-movie
perfect
anime.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, c'est la vie, as they say.
Yeah. I actually, as bad as this movie was, had a lot of like gleeful reactions.
Yeah, I was really surprised how excited you were when he cut his wrist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's like, oh my God, I get to do the tourniquet thing again. It's like, whoa,
I'm the
buddy.
second host on Film Seizure.
Moving up. And I'm like, I'm scared. It's like,
Playing for
Coming for you, buddy. He's coming for you.
oh boy. Yeah, this movie is fun to watch when it's fun. Like I said, you know, but there's some in between stuff where it drags a little bit.
Right.
It doesn't play enough with its own ball bag.
Yeah. It's not ball baggy enough.
No, it doesn't play with its own idea and with its own cleverness, because there is something clever there's a kernel of clever.
Yep.
At the core. And let's see how much more I can be alliterative here. But no, there's something here. It's just that it doesn't do somebody already just said it didn't do a good enough job of letting us in on that.
Yeah.
So, or at least not in time.
We should remake this movie in a better way.
Well, it costs probably like whatever it costs to blow up a dummy.
Yeah, and they taught us how to make it.
They taught us how to blow up that dummy.
Yeah.
Is that what your plans are for me? Yeah. Oh no.
I'm going to throw you one of the movies I've borrowed from you, and then I'm going to hold up the disc, and you're going to blow up.
Yeah. Get him, Jason. All right. Blammo. Chunks of Jeff everywhere.
Eagle Eye is back.
All right.
And cut.
And cut. All right, guys.
was
This
not an episode
This
of
was
Film
not an episode of Film Seizure. We'll be back to our normal schedule next week. Go to filmseizure.com. Listen to all of our episodes there. Every Wednesday, new episodes, Film Seizure, happen there. Every Monday,
Monster Mondays.
Monster Mondays. That's with me.
Every Saturday.
That's my 00 Saturdays series of articles.
Indeed.
Friday is ball bag enema.
Ball Bag
Ball
Enema.
Bag Enema.
That's going to be the spin-off of B Movie Enema. B Movie Enema is moving to its new date and time. No, B Movie Enema Friday mornings. I just recently passed 200.
Yeah, 200 episodes or 200 articles.
Yeah.
You could let them in on the fact that they've really been reading Ball Bag magazine for the last 2 years or 4 years. However, that's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years,
right?
yeah.
Every click helped fund Jeff's ball bagging.
Yep. I've got a whole collection of Ball Bag magazine. I just like looking at ball bags, man. I mean, they're kind of weird, you know? It's fascinating. No two ball bags are the same.
Nope.
See, I can do this to myself too. Anyway, well, last week I said, it's like, with Force of One, you got your naked Chuck Norris obsession. I had the leather daddy that was one of the bad guys in Avenging Force. So,
Yes.
it's fine. Chuck, we're going to find you something that you're going to obsess over.
Not. I'm not going to find that.
So anyway, so until next week when we wrap up Force February on Film Seizure with the Delta Force.
Oh.
Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, and some other dudes.
This is
Robert Forster.
Oh my God,
who's
Robert
in-
Forster, yes.
That's a
The
lot
great
of man.
the
That's a
late
lot of
the
man.
late great departed Robert Forster in his
Arab Face.
cringiest performance
Yep.
yet ever, yeah. In Arab Face.
Yep.
Oof. Woof.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
I'm in for it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We're in for it.
You were in for it indeed.
Yep.
So anyway, we're wrapping up next week. I am Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Dave Penn.
Dave been that.
I was gonna say, and I'm Jason Oliver, and Dave been listening to Film Seizure.
There's some force for that ass. Lots of force in your ass. Did I sing that out loud? Good thing nobody's around for that force in your ass. I'll see myself out now.